Welcome to a recap of He Who Fights with Monsters, books 1 to 7, in preparation for book 8. The story begins with Jason, a middle manager at an office supply store from Australia, waking up in a new magical world. Since then, Jason has killed a lot of monsters, made a lot of sandwiches, and even died quite a few times along the way. Before we get into the plot and main characters from the first 7 books, let's review the magic system and the world Jason now finds himself in. The first 3 books take place on a planet called Palimastus. People of many different races live on Palimastus, including humans, elves, Celestines, Leonids, and Outworlders, to name a few. The planet is full of magic. When pure magic culminates, monsters, essences, or awakening stones are formed. Monsters are manic magical creatures, made sentient without a soul. Locations with a high density of magic have more dangerous monsters. The intensity of magic across Palimastus typically surges every 8 to 13 years, creating what is known as a monster surge. Essences are themed magical power such as fire, shield, trap, or doom that may be bonded to people through ritual magic to increase their magical makeup. Once someone has bonded to 4 essences, they become a complete essence user. Each bonded essence awakens a single magical ability and allows for up to 4 other magical abilities to be awakened with awakening stones. Once an essence user has awoken all of their essence abilities, they may rank up their magical makeup by using their essence abilities to fight monsters or by consuming monster cores. The 5 ranks include iron, bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. An essence user's strength, capabilities, and lifespan increase with each rank. Palimastus also has many gods who are magical entities that reside outside of physical reality but remain bound to the world. The gods have power over a certain concept, such as knowledge, purity, and healing. Unlike Palimastus, Earth initially had a low level of magic and little to no monsters, essences, awakening stones, or gods. Even more powerful than the gods of Palimastus are the great astral beings, who are powerful entities that reside between realities known as the Astral. The great astral beings each have their own focus. For example, the World Phoenix governs dimensional integrity, the Reaper governs the finality of death, and the Builder is responsible for building worlds. Jason arrived on Palimastus as a result of a summoning accident caused by a cannibal builder cultist who he later killed. Jason went on to rescue several essence users, including Rufus, Pharah, and Gary. After the rescue, Jason received his suspiciously evil essences of dark, blood, sin, and doom. Jason also received an apocalyptic leech familiar named Colin. The 3 rescued essence users became quick friends with Jason and promised to help him train. Before training and joining the Adventure Society, Jason went through the Delta, curing the poor of afflictions and the like. On the way, Jason met Jory, and shortly thereafter began meeting the Burts. Once settled in Greenstone, Jason explored the old city ruled by crime lords, as well as the island dominated by aristocracy, where Jason would quickly make friends and enemies. Fortunately, Jason grew in status and skill as he began hosting barbecues, taking on many adventure contracts, and receiving training from his 3 bronze rank adventurer friends, Rufus, Pharah, and Gary. Rufus, an excellent adventurer, was quick to inform Jason about his family's renowned academy, as well as provide Jason with methodical martial arts training. Gary, an easygoing Leonin man, is not only a strong adventurer, but a talented craftsman. Gary was Jason's movement coach and a harsh training taskmaster. Pharah is known for her strong powers, particularly abilities related to her volcano essence. Pharah meaningfully connected with Jason and taught him magic meditation and aura control. Jason also quickly made friends with Iron Rankers, including the innocent and handsome Humphrey Gella and his shape-changing dragon named Stash, as well as the brilliant Magic Society member and largely inactive adventurer Clive Standish and his rune tortoise Onslow. Also, Jason began dating the bronze rank Cassandra Mercer, the older sister to Thadwick Mercer, whose land grab scheme Jason exposed. Jason also killed several misfit adventurers Thadwick sent after him. Even before Jason settled in Greenstone, several anomalies began appearing in the astral spaces. The Greenstone Adventure Society sent a significant number of adventurers to investigate. The crew of adventurers were caught off guard by an army of constructs who quickly overwhelmed and killed many adventurers, including Pharah. At the same time, Jason was getting involved in trying to catch two notable thieves, Belinda and Sophie, who were caught up in the hands of Old City crime lords. Jason did end up capturing Sophie, who became his indentured servant. After being dumped by Cassandra Mercer, Jason and Sophie seemed to be on track to a romantic relationship. In response to the construct battle and Pharah's death, Rufus, Gary, and the Adventure Society at large began to uncover the Builder cult agents and purity priests behind the catastrophe. They also learned a significant risk still loomed over Greenstone and Palimastus. Emiya Bahadia, a gold-ranked adventurer turned treasure hunter, hosted a contest drawing young elites to the city of Greenstone to compete for a grand prize. Jason gathered a band of companions, including Humphrey Gella, Clive Standish, Neil Devone, Sophie Wexler, and Belinda Callahan. While the young adventurers were caught up in the competition, the city leaders dealt with the revelations of betrayal as a vast and terrible builder cult is revealed. Jason and his team trained intensely and performed well at the contest known as the Reaper Trials. Jason saw past the secrets of the trials and earned the coveted scythe, which won him a cloud house. Jason also bonded two additional familiars, Shade, a shadow who can take multiple and various forms, and Gordon, an avatar of doom. Jason's aura also became strengthened through exposure to several gods, and most significantly from being kidnapped and having a starseed forced upon him. Incredibly, and with the help of Colin, Jason rejected the starseed and left the experience stronger, but significantly scarred. The Builder cult's intentions to remove astral spaces from Palimastus became clear, and Jason and his friend returned to the City of Fallen Echoes, where they would fight more monsters than ever. They also reached bronze rank and encountered the Church of Purity and the Builder cult. In a nearly impossible heroic effort, Jason and his team stopped the Builder at the cost of Jason's life. Jason woke up to the surprise that not only is he alive, but he's back on Earth. Jason is welcomed to Earth with a blessing offered from the World Phoenix as a result of an agreement between the three great astral beings, the Builder, World Phoenix, and Reaper. Jason does not initially accept the blessing from the World Phoenix, but gets himself reacquainted with his old world. Jason reconnects with his criminally involved Uncle Hero and Hero's capable and lovable employee, Taika. Jason quickly discovers that Earth is not devoid of magic as he thought. Jason also learns that his inventory is transformed into a spirit vault. He may die and come back to life a maximum of once at each rank, and that the great astral beings sent another soul with him to his homeworld. After getting acquainted with vampire Craig Vermillion, Jason returned to his childhood home in Castleton Beach. Jason's family reunion most notably included his sister Erica, a TV chef who he's very close with, and her fun-loving daughter Emmy. Jason also had a difficult reunion with his brother Kaito, who is married to Jason's ex-girlfriend, Amy. Forced to confront what he has become in his time away, Jason feels more alien than ever, but his old world is hiding secrets that he never knew. Magic is initially only understood by three factions in the world, including the Cabal, the Network, and the Engineers of Ascension known as the EOA. The Cabal is a group of creatures as old as humanity and is dominated by vampires who have kept the secret of magic throughout history. The Network is a global network of essence users orchestrated many years ago by a single essence user who visited Earth to set up what is known as the Grid, which detects short-lived magical pockets called proto-astral spaces. Without intervention, the pockets would quickly break down and deposit monsters. The network has been largely responsible for dealing with monsters and the proto-astral spaces. The network is, however, a fractious organization. The EOA is a group led by Mr. North, who was formerly the familiar to the essence user who set up the Grid and network. The EOA provides their members with magical enhancements for people and seeks to democratize magic by sharing the knowledge of magic to the world and flaunting their superhero-like members. In the wake of the unexpected homecoming, Jason questions if there's still a place for him in the world he left behind. As he starts to unravel what has been hidden from him his entire life, he discovers that he may be exactly what the world needs. Dawn, a vessel for the World Phoenix, connects with Jason and requests his help with saving the world. The fabric of reality is tearing apart as a result of magic increasing at an unstable rate due to a link between Jason's homeworld and Palimastus. Fortunately, Jason is not alone. Pharah also finds herself on Earth, not dead. She was initially captured by the network in France. Jason was also kidnapped by the network on several occasions. Still, Jason and Pharah managed to escape and save the world. Jason also had the assistance of his old friend Greg, new love interest Asia, and a reconnected brother Kaito, among several others. Jason and his friends traveled the world repairing grid nodes. However, due to an increased level in magic, the more powerful vampires and Category 4, aka Gold Rankers, from the network were awoken. One of the American Category 4's, Gerling, killed Greg, Asia, and Kaito. Jason also reached Silver Rank due to nearly non-stop fighting with the three factions, and of course, killing many monsters. Magical spherical spaces larger than cities began appearing around the world as a result of the destabilizing magic. The spaces, known as node spaces, would transform people and places within into otherworldly forms. The spaces also revealed reality cores, which are of significant magical value. The three magical factions fought over the cores for power. Meanwhile, Jason, Pharah, and Dawn sought to repair the reality cores to stabilize the world's fabric. The only tool for entering the node spaces was a door created by the builder. Jason absorbed the door, entered the node spaces, and altered the cores with his aura control. Eventually, Jason had to claim territory in massive node spaces with his aura control to bring stability. Jason also ran into the builder's vessel, Shaco. Jason provoked Shaco to the point of death, leaving Jason with no second chance at life while at Silver Rank. After saving the world, killing lots of monsters, and preparing a safe place for his family to reside during the Vampire War, Jason and Pharah returned to Palamastus through Jason's spirit vault. Jason and Pharah's arrival on Palamastus triggers the long-awaited monster surge. However, the monster surge is not the biggest problem. The builder cult is preparing for an invasion. Jason and Pharah enter the world near an island city called the Storm Kingdom. Some of the islands are even magically aloft in the sky. While settling into the city, Jason learns that Princess Zara, who he met at the Reaper trials, told her kingdom that she had married Jason before he died in order to avoid a political marriage. As a result, Jason quickly becomes entangled in local politics, in addition to fighting the builder cult and delivering supplies to regions isolated by the monster surge. After Jason and Pharah return to Palamastus, the Goddess of Knowledge tells Rufus about their whereabouts, and the three friends reconnect and settle in the Cloud House on the laid-back island of Arnott, where they host barbecues in between adventures. On the other side of the world, Dawn reconnects Jason's friends and tells them that he and Pharah are alive and on Palamastus in the Storm Kingdom. After fighting some builder cultists and constructs, Jason's friends are brought to the Storm Kingdom. The friends bring along Taika and Travis, who accidentally traveled to Palamastus along with others from Earth in the magical wake of Jason and Pharah's journey between the two worlds. Jason quickly learns that Sophie and Humphrey are in a relationship. Stash still loves biscuits, and Gary reforged Jason's sword, Dread Salvation, into Hegemon's will. The Builder Cult, in a massive effort, attacked the Storm Kingdom on two fronts. On one front, Dawn turned the tide of the battle, but will no longer be able to fight due to a pact she made with Shaco. On the other front, adventurers led by the royal family delivered a bomb, built by Travis, the American Magitech, to the heart of the Builder's giant city. After the much-longed-for reunion, Jason works on moving past old traumas as he looks to a brighter future. Despite warnings of danger, he gets back in the saddle as an adventurer, ready to take on new challenges. Jason and his friends won't wait passively and will use schemes of their own to take the fight to the enemy. Jason will push new boundaries, and while it comes at a cost, it will move him deeper into the realms of cosmic power. I hope you enjoy Book 8 of He Who Fights with Monsters. If you appreciated this recap, please subscribe and like the video.